interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoe Show! I lost it. It went away.
It's great
It's
watching
gone.
It's great watching your face when you do that. You look like you're gonna fall asleep.
Trying to put myself in that state of tranquility where I don't realize that I should be breathing right now. But yeah, hey, we're back. We've got no plan. Well, we have a plan now.
We formed a plan in the last minute or so.
Well, you formed a plan. I was
You're
playing
welcome.
guitar. Yeah. But yes, we are. This video that's up on my on Facebook right now. It's a guy. He timed his. He watched Star Wars, so it was timed perfectly. So the Death Star blows up at midnight on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
Yeah. Good job, dude. Good job.
This isn't our first show this year, right?
This is not our first show
Okay.
this year. No.
I'm having a brain fart, and I look at the date, and I see that obviously. Okay, so.
No, we played a.
So what's happened since then?
Well, we had a great show on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had Buffalo music royalty out.
I know.
Out and about and hanging out at Tudor Lounge watching bands like Ray and the Roaches and
the working class.
Oh my
stiffs.
goodness,
They
working
were so
class.
good. All you need is a walking bass line and an upscrape on your guitar, and you got me.
Yeah, they were so good.
They were.
And they were very awesome to work with, and I'm looking forward to having them hopefully again sometime soon.
I hope so.
So we had that, and of course the Scarecrow show in Shambles.
Yes.
But we had there was an event of some kind. I don't know what it was at the Tralf.
Uh-huh.
And just all this Buffalo music royalty just spills into Tudor Lounge right after this thing lets out. So we had former members of the Whiskey Reverb, former members of Dirty Smile, former members of all kinds of local rock royalty type bands. And we had both Graces, Grace Stumberg and Grace Logan, who I'm told are actually both touring guitar players with Joan Baez now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's got to be really confusing. Hey, go get Grace. Which Grace? Guitar Grace. Which Grace? Buffalo Grace. Yeah.
Yeah, and that place filled up pretty quickly, and
It did.
everybody got to make some good money and go home happy.
Yeah, that's always nice.
And of course, the bands are all, I handed Ryan the money, and Ryan goes, guys, we're getting really close to that new PA, so
I know, how sweet is that?
I'm really glad to be able to help bands out like that, that's I ain't in this for the money. I'm in it for a year, You guys need to make money. You guys are the ones doing all the fucking work, and I've been there. I know, you don't make money doing this shit, but
yeah, it's a treat.
I also got to also hang out with Ryan the next day.
Yes, you did. You guys it's a budding bromance.
We went out the next morning. We checked out the Buffalo Sabres skills challenge.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. I got there early. Ryan got there just before the actual challenge started, but I got to meet Craig Muni, Larry Playfair, and Adam Peters. Not Adam, Andrew Peters.
Is Adam a person, or did you just?
I don't know.
Oh, we should Facebook him.
Andrew Peters.
Let's Facebook Adam Peters.
Is a former enforcer for the Buffalo Sabres. Yes,
I'm looking Adam Peters up on Facebook right now. Hey, Mark's sending us stuff.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, damn.
I was going to say, you can look at that one all you want. That's, yeah.
No, I'm
That's
done
a little
looking
much
at
for
that.
me. That's a little much for me right there.
Adam Peters. I'm coming for you, dude. Here we go, searching. Adam Peters. He exists. He's a person. In Buffalo. There's even one in Buffalo.
Huh.
I really want him to be a musician.
That would be great.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We have one mutual friend.
Huh.
And I don't know that person.
That figures.
Well, I don't know. He appears to be a hockey fan, but not necessarily a Sabres fan. Well, Adam, we're on to you. He's a Bills fan, though.
Oh, boy.
Oh, do you want to see him?
Huh.
He looks like he's from Buffalo, but not in Buffalo. He was in New York City.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to go to New York.
Oh, he is a Sabres fan.
Oh, hey, how about that?
He's off the hook.
He's wearing a Ryan Miller jersey. How about that?
How about that?
Maybe he's a Ryan Miller fan. Maybe he followed him to St. Louis and then to Anaheim. And
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, so as you were saying.
Yeah, we went and checked out the Saber Skills Challenge. That was a lot of fun. Just those jerseys they were wearing were incredible.
Yeah, they looked really nice.
Like, oh man, like if you just threw a couple of stripes on those and you know, actually put a crest on them instead of ironing it on, you know.
Yeah.
It would look incredible. I'd wear it as a third. Or I'd wear it as like a home oral, like I don't just make them jerseys, like official jerseys, like they look great. Speaking of which, they're doing they just released the All-Star jerseys for the NHL All-Star game in a couple of weeks.
The one that Skinner's not on.
That Skinner is currently not on, but you can go vote for him 10 times per day at NHL.com/vote or through the NHL app. Go vote for Jeff Skinner to take his rightful place in the NHL All-Star game. The guy's got 29 goals.
He's killing it this season.
The guy has 29 goals. He is like a goal behind Alex Ovechkin for first place in the NHL, like, and he can't get on the All-Star team. So go vote. Last man in. Vote for Jeff Skinner there and get him on. And there's other guys who have incredible amounts of goals in this last man standing or last man in vote. Like just if you go through, there's guys with like 20 plus goals. Like, why aren't these guys already all-stars? We gotta, why do we have to vote them in? They should already be in, all these guys. But like, yeah, Jeff Skinner's the main one because he's second place in the league in goals.
Understood.
But yeah, so, I lost my train of thought, but
you were talking about the jerseys.
I was.
And then you were talking about
the All-Star jerseys. Yes. The All-Star jerseys are made from recycled materials rescued from the ocean or some shit like that.
Wow. They rescued the materials from what?
I don't know. NHL All-Star jerseys. I don't know. We're going to have to find out now. NHL unveils the All-Star jerseys with a black and white look. They got the team logos on the front instead of the NHL crest. So you know I got to get a Sabres one.
Right.
And let's see, it'll probably say somewhere in this article. Cool initiative. They're the first ever NHL jerseys that are made of recycled plastic debris.
Oh, that's gross.
And the league is hoping they can bring more attention to oceanic pollution while the game is hosted in the Bay Area. The 2019 NHL All-Star Game is slated for January 26 at 8 p.m. Eastern and is available for streaming on Fubo.tv. Or on Fubo TV. Fubo TV. Let's talk about Fubo TV.
Let's talk about that time you called it Fubu TV.
Yeah, Fubu TV. Yeah. For us, by us. It's made by the clothing brand. No, seriously though. Fubo TV. Like, I've been looking for a new cable television provider.
Yes, because as we all know, Spectrum.
If you follow any of my Twitter accounts, you know.
It's not just you. They probably have like a whole team of full-time customer service, damage control representatives dealing with just Twitter complaints.
Yeah. I've been looking to replace Spectrum because when I got Spectrum, they said, oh, you only need the one box. You can use the app on all the rest of your TVs. And their app fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm
very
just
undependable.
I'm like, why am I spending all this money for something that don't fucking work? Their internet works fine. I know a lot of people have problems with their internet. Their internet for us works fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, if I could just find a good streaming service, we're good.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for something that has the MSG network, of course, so I can watch the Sabres games.
Absolutely.
And of course has like USA Network, so I can watch wrestling and all that stuff. And so my original plan was I was going to get Sling TV again, which I've had before, and it's a great service. But they don't include MSG, so you would have to. My other part of that plan was to drop the $60 on the NHL.TV.
Damn.
To watch be able to watch any hockey game I want.
Is it $60 once or $60 repeatedly?
No, $60 once.
Okay, that's a little bit better than like what I had in my head for a while there.
$60 once, but the problem is I would have to go through the hoops of setting up my VPN on my TVs so I could watch Sabres games in market. And so for $45 a month, there's Fubo TV, which has the MSG network, and we signed up for the trial last night. I signed up for the trial. You're looking at me like, what's this wee stuff?
No, I was there for moral support.
You were. So I signed up for this free trial, and as soon as I got it up and running, I flipped over to the Sabres game. You saw the quality of the picture.
Yeah, it got much crisper, much more vibrant colors. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was just a sharper image. I don't know. Yeah,
it looked great. And I even tweeted them and said, hey, your service looks great. I think I'm going to keep it after the trial.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm done with Spectrum TV. I just need to give them a call and say, hey, just drop me to internet.
Yeah. Well, that'll be nice because I'm sick of you screaming at the TV because it drops out.
Have you noticed I've gotten calmer playing NHL?
I actually have.
While playing with my club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got asked to join a club in NHL.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, why not? And, for a little while we really kind of sucked whenever we would play together, and we were starting to really come together as a team and climb up in the standings in the EASHL. EA Sports Hockey League.
Oh.
I'm not gonna sit here and let you do that for. You weren't gonna get it. But yeah, I've been calmer because I'm in the headset with these guys, so I don't want to be yelling.
You can't be screaming and
Yeah.
Gosh, sometimes I don't know if it's the cast making noise or if you threw the fucking controller or what. Goddamn fucking. What is it? Go ahead and be a superstar. You said that one a couple times.
I play threes and I get these like defensemen who don't want to pass the puck. And what happens in threes is after each break in play, the defenseman starts with the puck. So it's like, dude, if you're not going to pass me the puck, I'm just going to stand here and let you fucking play.
Yeah.
You go ahead, be a superstar.
Well, I can assure you do not sound that calm when you're playing the game, saying those things.
I previously didn't sound like. Now I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
I got told I should have my childhood card and my gamer card taken away because I've never played Zelda.
I also have never. Well, I think I picked up a Zelda game one time and I really just could not figure it out. But I had never really played video games, so I didn't understand how you advance the story.
I know Zelda is a majorly popular game, and I've never played I never played Smash Brothers until Yellow Sauce brought it to the bar. So I mean it's not like it's the only game franchise that I had been out of the loop on.
I mean, you played Mario Kart, right?
Of course I've played Mario Kart.
I mean, I've played Mario Kart too, but I'm really bad at it.
We used to play Mario Kart. We used to go to our friend's house in Grand Island. They had an N64, so we'd play Killer Instinct, and we would play Mario Kart all the time.
Yeah, when I was at Full Sail, everybody had an N64 except for me because I didn't really care about video games. And I was much happier to eat a handful of mushrooms than play video games. So we would sit around on mushrooms playing Mario Kart, and I mean, I was bad at Mario Kart anyways. But the point wasn't that I used to trip a lot. Hi, Mom. I don't know where my point was. Oh, the N64.
Yeah.
My roommate had the Pikachu N64. I told you about this, didn't I?
Yes, you mentioned this to me, but you haven't said it on the air. So
no. It was really cool. It works just fine. Whatever. I guess they're worth a lot of money now. And I don't know. He was totally the kind of guy that would have a Pikachu N64.
That's cool. Those things go for a shit ton of money on eBay now.
You know what?
think.
I bet he would never part with it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like that Macho Man Randy Savage Defining Moments action figure I have that's like $200 on eBay.
Oh, jeez.
That thing's not going anywhere.
No.
Laura beat Zelda 1 last year.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't gotten past like that entrance.
I
don't know.
I remember like when I finally like got really far in Super Mario Brothers 3, there's this one level like you get to the end of this level or you get to this like it's right at the start of the level, there's a door.
Mm-hmm.
But the door matches the color of everything else, so I didn't see the door.
Oh.
And I remember calling my cousin, and I'm like, hey, what do I do?
Yeah.
And he told me, oh, you just go through the door. Like, what? Oh, there's a door. And I went through the door, and I beat the level, and I'm still surprised there's how many people will tell me to this day they've never beat, like, Mario 1 or Mario 3 or Mario 2 or, like, you know, like... Yeah, I do that like probably once a year at least. I beat all 3 of them just for the hell of it.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually beaten a video game. But, I mean, I really, really didn't play video games. But I've dated a lot of guys that played video games. So I would, you know, be a gamer by association. And so I don't even remember what it was called. I beat a video game, but we definitely played together. It was a 2-player game. And we cheated. Like, we swapped accounts and swapped gold. And, like, I don't know. See, I'm not good at video games.
See, when I had Mario 3 when I was a kid, my mom used to like to play Mario 3, but she would only like to play after I played the first, like, 7 worlds and got her to World 8. Like, oh, can you get me to World 8? Like, yeah, okay, sure, Mom, here you go. You know, here's the controller back. So my mom's beaten Super Mario 3, but she's done it with my help. That was all, like, yeah, way back in the, you know, when we actually had an NES in our living room and instead of, like, hiding in the kids' room. You get that thing back out.
Yeah.
I can get some of my video games back too. I got they're out there.
They're in her room.
No, I mean some of my Nintendo games that have been borrowed.
Borrowed. You guys can't see the air quotes there.
I'm not making air quotes. They're borrowed, and it's the guitar player from Ray and the Roaches has them.
Oh, really?
So I was like, when I'm texting her, like, oh, you know, this the details for the show, I was like half tempted to be like, can you bring my Nintendo games?
Yeah.
So they still got to get paid for the show, so I'm probably gonna.
Oh, that's a good idea.
When you guys coming to get your money, and can you bring my video games while you're at it? Like, I don't even know what she has. I know she borrowed a bunch of Nintendo games, and I haven't seen them since. She even, like, swapped some out at one point, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I really have no idea what games of mine she has. But it's like, I've got that RetroPie, so I've got all the, like, of them. I've got all of them anyway. It's just a matter of having a way to play them.
Yeah.
Because I got to get a controller. I know I can use the Xbox One controllers, but, like, you know, I'd rather, I want an old school kind of controller.
I'm just moving away from the microphone so I don't belch right into the microphone. You're welcome, everybody.
Why would you
so I guess we should probably mention that our buddy Flitzer isn't feeling too great.
Yeah.
So you guys, let's send our love and prayers and hugs and all that jazz to Mark and Flitzer because he's been a little off balance and he's got an aviary veterinary appointment this week. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and make sure that, you know, maybe he just has a concussion or something. You know, maybe he just needs a week or so and he'll be back to normal old Flitzer. You know.
He slipped and fell and broke his head like a certain former co-host.
Oh.
Poor Brian. Brian was here last night.
Brian was here. It was so nice to see him. What a treat. He brought gifts from his girlfriend.
That was very nice of them.
They're so thoughtful.
Yeah.
She sent some super fancy heat-insulated cookie sheets. And I'm not talking like a cookie sheet. She sent me like 5 cookie sheets, which is more than I think I can use at one time. Like.
You're sitting there, you're taking the labels off while I'm standing around talking to Brian about voiceover work and stuff.
I was getting ready to use them, but I didn't get around to it until this morning. But they cooked the cookies very nicely. They cook the cookies quicker, so I have to play with my cookie cooking time, which was really fun to say just now. My cookie cooking time. And, thank you, Lily, and thank you, Brian, for bringing them over. You guys are so sweet, and thank you. We're very lucky to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
See, at least you're doing yours live. I had to pre-record mine.
Yeah.
And we got some pictures from Mark. We got
okay. Let's have them.
There's this one here. That guy's
he's hairy and he's got some bruises, birthmarks, or scars in places that bathing suits would kind of cover up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's
Flitzer.
There's Flitzer.
He's a handsome dude.
He is. I hope he's okay.
Yeah. But he's not a young bird. I was talking to Mark, but he's not an old bird. So, right. He's right in the middle there where, we shouldn't be worried about old, geriatric bird problems at this point.
We were talking about pets earlier today. You said that your friend just got a tortoise.
Yes, my best friend Sarah. She lives in Nashville, and she is one of the most wonderful people on the face of the earth. Has found a new soulmate, a baby, a couple-week-old tortoise, which is named Artemis Lee. And she sent me some videos already. She sent me pictures. I mean, I've done pretty much everything but Skype with this little thing. But yeah, that's super exciting because she's just about to move at the end of the month into a new apartment in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And she's going to have, a coffee table made that's also a terrarium. So,
cool.
She's going to have, this beautiful piece of furniture and this beautiful creature that she's going to have for the rest of her life. And, I'm just super excited to watch the thing grow and develop a personality because, you don't really think about turtles having personalities, but you don't spend time with Sarah and not develop a personality. Sarah's seriously awesome, guys.
I used to live with, live with somebody who had turtles.
Yes.
My best friend's nickname is Turtle, and
yes.
he had 2 of them. One was Junior.
Yes.
And the other one was Chip. And I was telling you earlier, they found Chip on a golf course. She must have gotten hit with a golf ball or something because she had a chip right out of the edge of her shell.
Yeah.
And but unfortunately, they've both since passed.
Were they painted turtles or? You just found them out in.
I believe they got Junior from a pet shop.
Okay.
But Chip they found on the golf course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could have been a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, some turtles live a long time.
Stupid sexy Flanders.
Stupid sexy Flanders.
Not to be confused with Stupid Sexy Landers, who is a regular listener.
We love Nick.
We do.
We love Ned, too.
We do.
Especially in that picture, Laura.
I would take either one of them as neighbors.
Yeah.
I
think one would tolerate the loud music better than the other.
Nick Landers on one side and Ned Flanders on the other side?
Yeah.
That'd be.
Yeah. Let's do that.
That'd be a dope neighborhood.
Speaking of which, who lives on the other side of The Simpsons? I don't feel like I've ever experienced what's on the other side of the treehouse.
Well, you see, it that's been a plot point of episodes, is like people moving into the house next door.
Yeah.
So there was
The bushes.
that was across
the
the street.
Yeah.
No, the next door neighbors were I want to say Powell family, but I don't think that's right. But like, you know, Bart's crush, Laura, and her mom. Not that Laura, but you know. And like then there was an episode more recently where Sideshow Bob, wearing somebody else's face, moved in next door.
Wow, I really need to catch up on my Simpsons.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of been a, you know, plot point of the Simpsons, is like, you know, people are moving in.
That's a bony ass Laura. It's Mr. Burns, guys. It's Mr. Burns.
This guy's not wearing clothes.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Tan lines.
The tan lines. I don't know. I don't, like, he seriously is a teddy bear with tan lines. Oh, great. Thanks for keeping us on our toes, Mark. Oh, man.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is getting, or Bezos? How do you say it?
I wouldn't know.
He's announcing his divorce from his wife Mackenzie after 25 years of marriage. I guess after taking over South Park didn't work in the most recent season of South Park. How do they get away with 10 episode seasons?
I don't know.
Like, that's not fair.
Do they have more than one season in a year?
I don't know. Because I stopped watching for a little while.
I stopped watching a long time ago, like 10
I stopped watching a while back. I binge watched everything up to maybe like 4 or 5 seasons ago.
Okay.
And then I stopped watching again. And then when you moved in, you would put it on Hulu. Yeah. So I binge watched everything that I hadn't seen.
Oh.
And so I caught up, and I'm like, ooh, okay, you know, like, and I kept seeing my buddy JT's posts on Twitter and Facebook, like #cancel South Park, like, oh yeah, that's right, it's Wednesday, South Park's on. So I put South Park on, and you know, I watched this entire season, which was not terrible, but I still want to know how they get away with only doing 10 episodes a season.
Yeah, that is. Mark says hot sex bear, not teddy bear. He says hot sex bear. Hot is capitalized.
Yes, I see that.
Aw, look at how cute you are.
Follow Coffin Hook.
Rate this ass. I love that, Laura. I would screenshot that if it was on my phone. I might have to find it later. Send it to my mother. She would really appreciate that. She wouldn't. She would probably yell at me like it was me making the joke.
Look at that lack of facial hair.
But you're so cute. You look so young.
This is only 5 years ago, if even that. I don't know.
Maybe it's the facial hair. I don't know.
It's the full hairline here. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, that is a little different now, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. That's it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Just probably, we were at the bar the other night, and Ryan, the door guy, comes up to us and he goes, guys, January 5th, 1998.
Right.
What about it? That's the date of somebody who turned 21 today. Yeah. The birth date. Like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, he's like, you know, he's like 25 or something, so he's like, oh, that's, you know, I feel so old. I'm like, dude.
I'm like, yeah.
I used to ID you, dude.
Yeah, and a year and a half from now, come to me, tell me what the date is that people turning 21 were born on, and be like, fuck, man, I graduated high school before that.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Like, we were talking my 20-year, I don't know if they're doing anything for a reunion or anything, but it would be this year.
Yeah.
20 years. God damn. Like, where the fuck does the time go?
I really hope my class does something for the 20-year, or, I guess we've passed 15, or else that would be this year. I graduated in 2002.
Laura says this was 8 years ago, so
8 years
that
ago.
makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Aww.
I don't know. She's the one watching my videos on YouTube repeatedly. What about these guys? We have something to announce about these guys,
Yeah,
don't
we have a show announcement. The Facebook for this will be up by the weekend.
Sure.
But, let me...
I still need 2 bands for February 15th, hard rock bands, if anybody's interested.
Let me see
Because...
Oh, that's the page I accidentally ripped out.
Is it really?
No, I know who it is, though. Okay, so we have... of course we have Tokyo Monsters for the All WNY anniversary show.
So that's
March 23rd at Stamps.
That's 2 flyers in a row they're going to be on. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We have Iron Soul.
Okay, they're good.
We have our dear friends in the Kennedy Carpool.
Ooh.
And we have these guys from Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
They've recently released an EP. They recently revamped the lineup, and they're coming back strong. This will be their first show of the year, or maybe the second show of the year.
Look how often you listen to these guys. Look at that play count.
I can't even tell you how much I love these guys. Like, I could seriously spend my entire day in the kitchen listening to Poison the Prophet and Kennedy Carpool and have a completely perfect day.
You know, I got to tell you, I was looking for somebody that makes patches locally.
Yeah.
And I was pointed in the direction of somebody, and I went on their page, and they've made patches for like Arlo Price. They made a couple of vests for my buddy Austin.
Right.
And they also did a couple of sets of patches for Poison the Prophet, and I'm like, yeah, this is the person I'm hiring to do the job. Like
they're in the family.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm sold. All right, what are we playing?
Let's see. Play that. Well, the first song is like the shortest song. Just Breathe. Play Just Breathe.
All right. This isn't a Faith Hill cover, right?
No.
All right. Poison the Prophet, Just Breathe, All WNY, ThinkSoJoe show.
One
Poison the Prophet on All WNY. ThinkSoJoe show.
I love them.
They're good.
They're really good, and they put on a great show.
I still haven't seen them.
I'm choking on some nerds.
Of course, you still haven't seen one of the bands we're playing later on, so I guess that makes up for it.
I think there's a couple I haven't seen.
I haven't seen two of the other artists we're playing today, but I'm speaking specifically of the Dredneks who we're playing on later today, who are nominated for like everything in the All WNY Awards.
And we really want to say, the All WNY Awards are the 19th.
Yes, I'm very excited. I get to open the show.
Really?
I mean, like, there's going to be musicians playing before me, but I get to open the awards by announcing Best Vocalist.
I get to announce some stuff, too.
I know.
I get to announce Best Acoustic Folk Act and Best Pop Punk Band. So, I'm really looking forward to that. It is going to be free to get in.
Mm-hmm.
However, we will be accepting donations at the door. And those donations, along with any proceeds from the basket raffle that we'll talk about in a minute, they'll all be going to the Crisis Services Foundation. They make it possible for one phone call to possibly save somebody's life. And these donations will be gifted to the Crisis Services Foundation in memory of Greg Rinker, in an effort to prevent things like that from happening again.
Awesome. I right at 4:00, Best Vocalist, I get to announce.
Uh-huh.
Then Ryan does 3 in a row for whatever reason. He does 3 in a row, and then he doesn't do anything the rest of the night. And I think that's probably the same reason that you're doing all of yours in the first couple hours. What else am I doing? I'm doing Best Guitarist in the 7 o'clock hour. I'm also doing, in the 8 o'clock hour, Best Other Instrumentalist and Best Bassist.
Aw. The
Dredneks are nominated for
like
3 of the 4.
How many categories are they nominated for?
Oh, they're nominated for a ton.
Like 6 or something?
They're all over that nomination sheet.
Yeah.
I know Best Guitarist is well represented by the Dredneks. The Best Bassist is represented by Dredneks. Best Other. I think Best Drummer was represented by Dredneks.
I think so, too.
So they're all over that nomination sheet, and hopefully, maybe they'll win. Who knows? We'll find out on the 19th.
Yeah, you could kind of play roulette and, somebody from Dredneks would win something just because, odds, It's kind of like throwing shit at a dartboard,
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be good. We met 2 years ago yesterday.
I know.
At the All WNY Awards shows.
And we today is our friendversary on Facebook.
Yeah, they made that nice little video for us. It was adorable.
It was.
I saw that this morning.
Yeah. So yeah, the basket raffle, guys. The last time that we held the awards, we had a basket raffle, and the proceeds went to Sugar City. We wanted to do something to support the arts, and the basket raffle was pretty huge, but we didn't draw a lot. It was kind of a bummer. But there were some really cool prizes, and we're looking for prizes donated for this year. So we have a few bands that are donating some merch. We have some merchants donating gift certificates and some products that they've made. So, if you guys listening are either running, owning, operating a business in the area, or you're in a band, or you make stuff, or you sell stuff, consider donating said stuff. I can definitely tell you there's going to be a platter and a gift certificate from Karina's Cookies. So, donate shit, guys. It's really for a good cause. You can get a hold of me on Facebook. You can get a hold of me through Joe if you need to. I'm on Twitter. I don't know. I'm not giving my phone number out. It's on my business cards if you have a Karina's Cookies business card. But I don't know. I guess it's on the Karina's Cookies website, but you better fucking text me. Don't call me.
So this is going to be a great day for music in general, let alone all the award recipients we're going to have.
True.
We're starting the day off at 3 o'clock. We're going to have Allie Rose Morella, Ronnie Watts, and Shannon Vanderland all performing during the 3 o'clock hour.
Wow.
We're going to kick off awards in the 4 o'clock hour with presentations for Best Vocalist, Best Local Release, Best Rock Band, Best Local Song, and Best Country Band, plus a performance by Mom Said No, who are nominated for Best Local Release and Best Rock Band.
They were nominated for a couple things or performed
during
the last All WNY
because
Awards.
I wore a suit. I dressed up all nice to host the awards.
Right.
And when they got up there to play, I'm like, now I don't feel overdressed. Thanks, guys, because they were all dressed up in suits and stuff. So they're performing during the 4 o'clock hour. 5 o'clock, we'll be presenting Best Punk or Pop Punk, Best Venue, Best DJ, and Best Blues Band. And we're gonna have our dear friends Wyatt Coyne, who are nominees in Best Live Band, Best Pop Punk Band, or Best Punk/Pop Punk Band, and Most Original. They're going to be performing during the 5 o'clock hour.
Awesome. I'm going to be there for that, thank goodness.
Yes, the 6 o'clock hour will be filled with awards presentations in the Best Hip Hop and R&B category, Best New Band, Best Acoustic Folk Band, and Best Podcast categories. Ooh.
Oh.
So we have to wait through halfway through the show. Anyway. But we're also going to have Chucky Campbell, a nominee in the Best Hip Hop or R&B category.
Very nice.
He's going to be performing. Best Drummer, Best Guitarist, Most Original, and Best EDM and Best Electronic and Industrial Band Performance Awards will be presented during the 7 o'clock hour. And we'll have a performance by one of the Best Live Band and Best Electronic Industrial Band nominees, our dear friends Digital Afterlife.
I love them.
I fought to get.
I love them as people, and I love them as performers.
I insisted they had a spot on this.
I know.
It's just like, I want Digital Afterlife. Like, they're like, who should we get to perform? Like, fuck Digital Afterlife.
Yeah, if we get to pick, shit.
Yeah. And of course, finally, the 8 o'clock hour, we're gonna have the Best Live Band, Best Other Instrumentalist, Best Bassist, Best Hardcore or Metal Band, and the Greg Rinker Service Award.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a performance by Best Live Band, Best Hardcore Metal Band nominees, the Dredneks.
Wow. It's going to be a long freaking day. It's going to be really fun, though. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. 8 performances, 23 awards. January 19th at Evening Star starting at 3 o'clock. I'll be there all day. I'm hoping that you're going to be okay to be there all day.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to be sitting there with my Monster Energy drink and a straw. I'm just going to be nursing it all day.
You know, I didn't only meet you 2 years ago. I also met Ryan Gurnett.
Really?
Yeah, because the Lady or the Tiger played.
I remember they donated to the basket raffle.
I met Dennis Reed, the singer of the now defunct band of aforementioned Lady and the Tiger. I got to meet Lumberjack Matt, who is he announced recently he's not doing music.
Is that so?
Yeah, I guess his dad suddenly passed away, unfortunately, and
so he probably has to focus on other responsibilities.
He's kind of like stepping away. He said a permanent break. I don't know if he meant like indefinite instead of permanent, but his words were permanent. So
so maybe he's retired. I would like to see him get through whatever he has to deal with and come back, because he was pretty prominent.
I've actually got an exchange in my Facebook memories, which I'm not on Facebook right now. In my Facebook memories, I have this exchange that I had with Lumberjack Matt at the award show a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. It was also the night I met Mindy Davey, actually.
Really?
was the award show 2 years. Yeah, I met a lot of people at that award show. It was. But yeah, in my memories on Facebook, there's this, got to get through last year where you and I went to your first Sabres game.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Has it been that long?
It has.
Wow.
It's in here somewhere. Where is it? Maybe it was in yesterday. Oh, no, here we go. I'm introducing Lumberjack Matt at the All WNY Music Awards 2 years ago yesterday, right? I said, third place is better than first. I'm in better company like this next performer. And a guy in the crowd, who I later learned was Dennis from The Lady or the Tiger, talk about Shred and Reagan's podcast. So I said, listen, I lost to corporate radio shows, but you know what you won't hear on those shows? Great local artists like this who I played on my show 2 weeks ago. Here's Lumberjack Matt. And he goes, I listened to that show. Made me want pie.
Why? Please give me context.
Well, I mentioned earlier the retro pie.
Oh, okay.
And that was the day I got the raspberry pie to make the retro pie. And I mentioned it on air, and my co-host that day happened to be Dan Twist of XM Priory. And Dan goes, pie? And the next time he came back to co-host a show, we had pie.
What kind?
We both brought pecan and pumpkin.
So there were 4 pies?
There were 4 pies.
Holy shit. This sounds amazing.
Yeah. Pie is a tradition in this time slot on All WNY, if you didn't know. We haven't done it recently, but it's been done.
Do I have
plenty
to make
of times.
pie?
You should make pie, yes.
Do you want pumpkin?
Yes.
Do you want pumpkin
pumpkin
cheese
cheesecake?
pie? Cheesecake?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that soon.
I gotta buy the stuff.
But
God.
if you do that, I get to make some kind of cream cheese cookie also.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But so
Because doesn't that sound really good? A cookie with cream cheese in it?
yeah, I don't know if it does. I
Like
don't know.
there's 2 ways you can do it, like in the dough or like have like the cream cheesy stuff like in the middle.
Or like a sandwich kind of deal.
Oh yeah, you could do a sandwich
do that.
too.
So I don't know if I ever told you the story of when I first officially became a part of All WNY.
I don't think you have.
It was a ThinkSo Brain had shows coming up, and we did a guest spot on one of the shows, the one that used to occupy this time slot.
Mm-hmm.
And the day we went down to do this show, the co-host goes, okay, well, you know, I'm leaving early, because they used to do, like, at the end of the show, they would do what they called the Scott Stapp infection, which was just like, you know, tweets of the week and, you know, music news and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
So he was like, yeah, I'm leaving before the news stuff, like, and he gives this whole speech before he leaves, like, well, you know, there's only so much pecan pie you can eat before you get sick of it. And so during a song break, they're out there, they're arguing, and the, you know, host of the show fired the co-host. And I'm just sitting there like, well, you know, I went to school for this kind of stuff, you know, and I live right around the corner. And so, you know, like, that's how I ended up getting a job on All WNY, was just being there when the co-host quit, saying, oh, pecan pie, you know, whatever. So, it became a running gag, and we would always, you know, there would always be like pecan pie and stuff around. Like, so yeah. Hey, there is a twist.
Oh, look. And there's a
yeah.
braid.
Yeah.
Joe and I were talking, you will appreciate this, Laura. We were talking about how hard it is to braid your own hair.
We were. Hey, we're apparently, according to Laura, you and I are wrestling against Corey and Laura at WrestleMania.
I remain eventing.
And Brian will get to pick the match type between no DQ, street fight, and a hardcore match, which are all essentially the exact same thing.
That sounds fun. Where is it? It's in New Jersey, right?
It's in New Jersey, so
Yeah.
it's not far for us.
All right, I'm down.
Except it's even closer for Corey. So
where is he? Syracuse?
he's in Rochester.
Yeah, that makes more sense because he's part of All WNY. and
Laura
Syracuse
misses
isn't.
Laura misses Think Metal. We did a short season of Think Metal before we were like, yeah, this is we're not getting up this early on Sundays anymore. And we were like, okay, we're just gonna take a break. We'll come back to it, and then we never did.
Yeah.
Think Metal was fun because we did it on video.
Oh, okay.
So we had the cameras rolling, and we did it live, and we would always when we would play songs, we'd just put up a graphic with the logo, and it would say at the bottom of the screen what the song was.
Yeah.
And we'd play like, 3 or 4 songs in between our little banter. We'd go for, I think, an hour. And then we would sit here for like an hour because we would do that show at noon and then be done at 1 o'clock. No, I think we did 12:30 to 1:30. And then we would do the Board Wrestling Fan right after. So,
yeah.
Which, does anybody miss Board Wrestling Fan? It's been gone for like 2 months now.
Oh, man.
Which afforded me the opportunity to go to that Sabres Skills Challenge.
That is true.
So that was, which was nice, because it's like, okay, cool, I could get out of the house on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Do something fun, hang out with my buddy.
Yeah, you guys seriously have the cutest bromance.
We went and we checked out this game, and we afterwards were like, he had to return a sweatshirt to the Labatt Brew House, which is literally right next door to the arena.
Oh, yeah, I think I know the spot you're saying.
So we went in there, and that place looked really nice. I'm not a drinker, but it was like, oh, if I drank, this would probably be like really fucking cool.
Like fancy beer style.
So he had to go to the store in there, and they're like, oh, well, we can't do it now because we don't have it in stock, but we'll get it. We'll have it in by the end of the week, blah, blah. So then we're walking around. I'm like, I don't feel like going home and working. Because I know that's what I'm going to do when I get home, and I don't feel like doing it. So I'm like, I'm going to walk in this direction with you. Because I know he's heading back to Allentown, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to walk this way. And we're walking up, Washington or whatever, where the, 14 bus route starts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's where the bus route is, like where the first stop is. Like, oh, I got a half hour. Fuck, what am I going to do for a half an hour? So we try to go to Masuda Chow's.
Yeah.
But apparently they open at 3 on Sundays, and it was 2:30.
Of course.
Or something when we got over there. It's like, oh, well, that doesn't work. And then we went over to... where did we eat? Trying to think of the name of the place now.
Some bar.
It was a brew. It was a brewery, a brew house or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember. You told me.
It's in here.
It's in here.
It's on this page somewhere. I will tell you in a moment where it was, or maybe I won't. I don't know.
Is that your credit card statement?
This is, yes. I'm pretty sure I paid with this card, too, so it would be on here.
Big Ditch.
Big Ditch, yes, you are correct.
I'm glad that I can accurately read your credit card statement.
I still don't see it, but...
It's fourth down.
Oh, hey, how about that? Big Ditch Brewing, Buffalo, New York. I spent $23
on burger.
On a burger. And a Pepsi.
How much of that do you think was the Pepsi?
I have no idea, but I know I also left a $5 tip, so I mean...
I know.
I did, so they were doing, like, drink specials, like food and drink specials at the arena. So it's like, $2, like, pop.
Soda?
Pop. And,
Sorry.
And so I go to the counter. It took us a while to find a short line because, like, we were on the 200 level and everything up there had super long lines except for, like, Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, Tim Hortons' sign says they only have, like, Tim Hortons stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw a guy standing there. I'm like, hey, you guys sell, like, soda and stuff, right? And he's, yeah. Like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, and beer. Like, all right, cool. So we get in line, and, Ryan got a adult beverage and a bottle of water.
Okay.
And
that's called balance.
And I'm like, they have it on the screen as regular Coke, $2, which is a 16 ounce. They mean a 16 ounce cup of Coke.
Yes.
So I said, okay, yeah, just let me get a regular Coke. They hand me the 20 ounce bottle, which is $5.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck.
They should have known better.
I'm like, fuck. All right, here, I'll buy it, whatever. I prefer it in the bottle anyway.
I know you do, because we spill things.
And so I bought the regular Coke in the bottle for $5 instead of the fountain Coke for $2. Yeah. And I mentioned it to Ryan, and he goes, oh, well, you gotta, once they hand you the bottle, it's all over. You have to take it. Like, so, never. Never.
No.
Never.
Is that the sandwich thing?
That was the thing that was the sandwich was the parody of. Yes.
Okay.
But
All
yeah,
right.
it was a lot of the thing about it is if I would have turned left instead of right when I got up to the top of the stairs, I would have met Dominic Hasek instead.
I know, but you've already met him, so it's okay.
I have met him. I met him when he was an active player for the Buffalo Sabres way back in the day.
You're old.
But it's still, yeah. So I'm told. Anyway. Not getting into any of that.
No.
But, yeah. I mean, of course, we did have that conversation with Ryan about the date that people are turning 21.
Right.
Makes me realize that in, like, 4 years, I'll be... people turning 21, I will have been 21 when they were born.
Yeah.
So, but,
yeah. And
yeah.
wait, how long till your daughter's 21?
7 years.
Okay. So we have 7 years left on the music scene.
Before we have to quit? We have to quit when she's 21?
Quit when she turns 21. We can't hang out with your daughter like that. No, I'm just kidding. It's 18 when she can get into the shows.
I was very excited to get to hang out with Scotty Harrington the other day, and because I see Scotty every once in a great while. We don't like really keep in touch much on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Like every once in a great while, we'll comment on each other's stuff or whatever. But I never really get to see him. And we used to see him all the time when I was in ThinkSo Brain because he used to do sound for All WNY.
Oh, specifically.
And he was also he was trying to record one of our early stuff. We went in to record with him and his former colleague.
Oh.
And so like we used to see Scotty all the time. We used to play shows with his bands all the time. He used to sit in with Skinbound.
Uh-huh.
And so him and the drummer from Skinbound would both be playing.
Okay.
Like that kind of shit was always
cool.
That was always we always had fun with Scotty. So it was nice to see Scotty and he's sitting there and I raised this one talking about me, because he's a little older than me. And I'm I looked at him and I said, man, Scotty, isn't it great to see this younger generation following in the path we made?
Yeah.
How great these. You have to ask Scott about here's the thing. Things you might not know, I don't know. I don't know, maybe.
Laura's feeling very nostalgic, just naming everything that doesn't exist anymore.
I guess. Everything, all my...
Well,
she mentioned Living Brain Dead earlier.
She should give you some ideas for episodes of things you might not know with ThinkSoJoe.
I gotta find a new writer. I still have a script from my old writer I haven't shot.
Really? Which one's that about?
Weekends. Weekends, yes.
Okay.
Things you might not know about weekends.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot I don't know about Saturdays specifically.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what's going on this Saturday. You like that segue?
Ooh. Please tell us what's going on this Saturday.
For the Music Presents at Stamps the Bar. Of course, there's a million people on the bill. So I honestly couldn't tell you.
We love you, Greg.
I honestly don't know all of these acts. And a lot of these acts don't have music up. They're newer. One of the acts is actually a 15-year-old solo ukulele act. I'm looking so forward to this. And then there's things like alternative rock bands going on here this night. I don't know how much the cover is. You want to pull it up on Facebook?
Sure. I don't know what I'm looking for, but
it's Sardine. There you go. So here we go. You can go. Okay. Okay. Let me just say I helped Greg with this.
You did. Oh, look at this is wonderful. Sardine.
Yes.
Obsolete.
Yes.
Timothy Alice, who we're just about to play in a minute here. TJ Cuttajar and Eric Oney of Days Ago.
Yes.
Who are we're probably going to have a visit from TJ soon here.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, probably Monday or something.
We literally just got a shipment of blank T-shirts in that he's going to help us make.
I'm really excited.
For Days Ago. Astrobula and Ollie Davis.
Ollie is the ukulele player.
Sure. That's this Saturday. The doors open at 7 o'clock. It is 18 plus with ID. No ID, no entry.
Mm-hmm.
It's $8.
Yep.
It's at Stamps.
Yep.
Our home stomping
base.
ground there. We love Stamps. We've got a couple of shows coming up there. February 15th is going to be incredible. Once I'm finally.
That's going on the list for what we're doing after.
Yeah,
I'm doing after this.
I need to finish booking that show. In fact, let me check my email while we're doing this next song, because I did email a band and never heard back from them. They are not in here. Anyway, but really, yeah, that's going to be a killer show. We've got a couple of bands, and there's a little bit of
it's pretty exciting.
There's a little bit of a theme going with the two bands we have.
I wonder if we can keep it going.
I highly doubt it.
It would be really cool though.
It would be great.
So,
but I doubt it.
So what do you think? Should we pull up some Timothy Alice?
I think we should pull up some Timothy Alice, and then we should figure out a poll. Because we have to reveal the results of this week's, which just closed.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So this is Timothy Alice. You want to pick one of these? Well, I guess Cigarettes and Wine is the name of the album.
Let's go with it.
And we're going to go with that as our song choice as well, the title track from Cigarettes and Wine by Timothy Alice here on All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show. Timothy Alice on All WNY ThinkSoJoe show. Song called Cigarettes and Wine.
That was nice.
It was.
Very chill. Very
It
nice.
was. We're going to pull up random.org right now so we can...
Our poll closed.
Our poll has closed. And listen to this result. And I've been checking this poll all week.
I know, because it's been so close.
And this poll has been 50-50 nearly the entire time.
Right.
Luckily, we finished with an odd number of votes. And the winning side, with 26 votes to 25, chocolate over fruity candy.
All right. So let's find a winner. How many people voted for chocolate? 26?
26. So out of 20, we want a 26 here. And generate, and our result is 2. G. Hall out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Should we get another one?
I think so. Generate.
10.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Justin Ruff out of Dallas, Texas.
Jesus. All right, one more.
Third time's a charm.
We're not shipping this shit. Come on, 18.
18. So he was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Jake Lucido from Diceros. Lodiso.
It's not Lucido.
It is not Locido. You are right. It is. I don't know how.
Lodico?
Jake, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. But
Jake, you get a bunch of free CDs.
Jake, you win.
And our next poll is up.
It is.
Tell us about this.
Well, I do not know how to read music.
I do. I have 3 music-related degrees.
I am aware. Like, I know, like, you know, every good boy does fine and face and all that. But, like, once those things get off the staff, I have no fucking clue what I'm looking at.
It's really just the alphabet. But
well, I get that, but then I gotta, like, look at it and be like, okay, so if this top one is E or F or whatever, right? Like, okay, if this top one is F, so this is, you know, G, A, B. Like, I have
if
to.
If that register is if that's part of the register that your instrument usually plays in, that becomes second nature to you. It really is like another language. It's, you know, there's more than just the notes on the staff and off the staff. There's things that tell you how the notes are to be accented. And there's like a handful of those. There's, you know, the silences are part of the music. You know, the speed of the music. Like, you have to know some like Latin and Italian and stuff like that to be able to properly play all genres of music, you know, depending on how you're trained.
Remind me to let Jake know after the show, because it's not letting me tag him.
All right, I will just write Jake on my list.
Yeah.
And then we can wonder why we're talking about Brian's drummer. But yeah, so, you know, music is a whole other language to write, to communicate, to understand.
I could read a guitar tab. Does that count?
I think it does.
Sure.
Because it's not easy to read tab. It's easier than reading notes on a staff, but
I mean, you sit with me in here before we go on the air, and I was playing along with a tab earlier before we went on the air.
Right.
For reasons.
We'll talk about that eventually.
I'm sure. But you know, yeah, that's much easier for me than, like, you know, seeing it. Geez, I don't even know what I was, but, like, you know,
the tabs represent the frets, not the notes.
And it's much easier.
And the notes represent the pitch, not where your fingers place. It's just a different way of expressing the exact same thing.
And it's much easier for me to see that than, like, you know, a B chord on a staff. I mean, I know what I know what a B chord looks like, but I don't know what it looks like on a staff.
Yeah.
So I can look at it.
I would be glad to show you, except for that once you get into more advanced music, there's not one B chord. There are basically 7 B chords.
But that's true of any chord, really.
Right. So, like, they all look different on the staff.
I watched a video the other night of a guy talking about the different G chords you could play on a guitar, and, like, what their uses would be. And he says, you know, they all sound the same, but these are the cases that you would use these in.
Well, I'm not talking about, like, the same chord, though it sounds the same. I'm talking about, like, inversions of the chord.
Oh, sure, yeah, right, but... Yeah.
So they do sound different, and they're used in different modes, and they're used differently. But, yeah, so our question for you this week, guys, do you know how to read music? You know, whether you learned in, like, elementary school playing the recorder, and you still can look at a staff and know what's going on, you know, or you have an advanced music theory degree.
We have a 3-1 lead right now already for yes.
That's great. That's beautiful.
The no is...
The no is a drummer. I wonder, Justin, if you can read, like, drum music. Like, how... I don't know what it's called, but it's notated, obviously, differently. And I can't read drum music. So I wonder about that, Justin. So there.
Our good buddy Justin from Axed and Smashed. I wore their T-shirt to the show the other day.
Yeah, you did.
And they came up in conversation later on in the night, as a matter of fact, after you had left.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember what the what the how they came up in conversation. I think no, you know what they were talking about? Punks in the Yard.
Oh, okay.
Because Scarecrow Show was talking about getting Shambles onto Punks in the Yard.
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?
And I said, dude, you could just ask me and I could talk to Justin for you. Like,
Yeah.
It's
a small community, as we've learned this week.
Axed and Smashed love us to death, yeah.
So, we're all pretty tight, and we all want to help each other make advances in our existence and our arts. But
exactly.
Yeah,
if we can help somebody get into something that they want to get into, that's great. We love to help.
We're all about promoting the community. But the prize for this, can you read music?
Yes. The prize
is going to be a $10 gift credit for
Karina's Cookies.
And that means you can order whatever kind of cookies you want. And $10 actually gets you a lot of cookies. Like, you think about it, I charge $2 for 3 cookies. So, if you get a dozen, I'd say it's $7. I don't really sell a lot of dozens. So you're getting at least, like, 15 cookies.
Yeah.
So, you can mix and match. You can get a random grab bag. You can get whatever your favorite is. But...
Nick Landers wanted to know if tabs count, and I told him I am told they are.
I think tabs do count, yes.
Or they do, rather.
Because you can play anything if it's notated in tabs.
Yeah.
It's just a different, it's kind of like Spanish and Portuguese. Like, they're really similar, and, like, they're not foreign to each other. They overlap, but you still won't completely understand what you're seeing. You'll just have an idea. Don't you think?
Sure.
I'm not great with metaphors.
I've tried to learn to read. Like I said, once it gets off the staff, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. But that's just where practice comes in.
Yeah.
It really is. And I mean, most people, they're learning, write in the notes.
I got to get used to, I got to get back to practicing on my keyboard.
Oh, that was fun while it lasted.
The whole, week, I was like, yeah, look what I got. And then it's just been sitting back behind my guitars.
Yeah.
Which I also rarely play.
You know what else is back there is your yoga mat.
Yeah, that's back there, too.
I've been thinking about getting my yoga mat out.
My guitar amp's back there.
Yeah.
All kinds
I've been a little achy between the weather and the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I need to do some serious stretching.
How great has this weather been lately, though? It has not been terrible.
No, but
yesterday
it's
was yesterday was not bad. Really. I did go to the store the other day after it had rain, the ice rain, and it wasn't cold enough where the ground was frozen and there were sheets of ice.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that ice rain earlier,
slushy stuff.
It was very slippery.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact. So I was very careful trying to walk back from the store.
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad that you didn't.
But yesterday we used Instacart again. Second time. We got everything this time.
Yes, we got our eggs. And I was a happy camper when I went to bake because I had eggs.
We did. I think we spent like $55 yesterday, including the tip.
And we got like more groceries than Joe would have been able to carry, and probably Joe and I both would have been able to carry.
Which is why we use Instacart, because we don't drive, and it's convenient for us.
It's not like a long walk, but if you're carrying anything more than like a gallon of milk,
so it's
you know,
so like $35 is like the threshold for free shipping.
Okay.
So I would venture to say that if we're spending more than $35, we're not going to want to carry the shit home anyway.
No, not unless it's like a bunch of little expensive shit.
So why not, sit on your ass at home and let somebody else shop for you and bring it to you?
Yeah. If we have the privilege to
tip
be able
them $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was very nice it was very nice. The driver was really nice. You went out and grabbed the stuff from him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there were two able-bodied people you didn't have shoes on.
Right.
There was no reason for this gentleman to have to walk.
Only reason I was in the front of the house is because Brian had come to visit.
Right.
Actually, no, I was going to use the computer because I still have to send this patchmaker my artwork.
I need to put it on the list?
No, I will remember because I can't pay her until Monday anyway, so
Okay.
it's like I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Like I might as well just.
Where is she located? Is she located local?
She's local, yeah.
Do you know how local? Like 716-585?
Yeah, 716. I'm sure. I can find out. If it lets me click on her. There she is. She's in Buffalo.
Okay.
So yeah, she's
That's cool.
Yeah, like I said, she's done patches for a bunch of people I know, and I'm just like, well, if they can afford patches from her, I could probably afford patches.
Right.
Like Austin bought full on like Stone Cold Steve Austin style vests,
That's
like,
funny.
because his name's Austin and he's a bald guy with a goatee, so he's got to wear vests like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I mean, I don't know about the bald thing, but he definitely chose the goatee.
He did not choose the bald thing. Yeah. He has a full beard. He doesn't have a goatee. Except at Halloween when he decides he wants to be Stone Cold Steve Austin for Halloween because it just makes fucking sense.
It does.
I don't know.
Yeah. So we were talking about Saturday, the 12th.
We were.
And I wanted to talk about some of the artists playing.
Okay.
Okay. So who I wanted to talk about was, we played not too long ago, Astrabula.
Yes.
And he was actually the first person confirmed on this show. He just released a CD. I was selling cookies at his CD release party, and I will be selling cookies this Saturday at Stamps.
His CD is right here next to me, as a matter of fact.
I don't know, this solo acoustic, he's like a really heartfelt artist,
Played a song from him a couple of weeks ago. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so, and he's young. I think he seems really eager and passionate, and I think that's really awesome. And then we have Ollie Davis, who is a 15-year-old who does solo ukulele stuff.
There are a lot of great young artists out there.
I think the next generation is just going to be so talented and really have a lot to offer. And then we have my friends in Sardine. I haven't heard more than a few seconds, if that, of Sardine. But they're acoustic rock, Andy Herman, he is one of the members of Sardine. He was in a band called the Magic Tones.
Oh, the Magic Tones.
The Magic Tones.
Is that why we have
yes.
Lost at Sea coming up later on in the show?
Yes, we're going to play Lost at Sea. Because I want to talk about the Magic Tones.
You posted a picture on Facebook, on the Karina's Cookies Facebook the other day.
Yes.
Of my spatula.
Whose spatula do you really think that is?
It's mine because I bought it and you just use it because it's in my house that you live in. The look on her face right now.
Wow.
The look on her face.
Well,
anyway.
All the things in the kitchen are mine because that's my domain, okay?
Ooh. That's where you belong. Anyway. No. Anyway. So you posted a picture of the spatula.
Yes.
And, of course, the first thing that pops into my head is, Weird Al. Well, I was looking for a SpongeBob gif of SpongeBob with his spatula. And then of course, when you punch in spatula into like the Facebook gif algorithm, it gives you Spatula City from UHF.
Oh.
Spatula City, Spatula City, Spatula City. Anyway. And then, of course, the next thing I said is, man, I really want to hear the Magic Tones right now.
Yep, and we totally have a Magic Tones CD, and somewhere, whether it's here or at my mother's house, there's a Magic Tones cassette that my sister is actually on. Allison was part of the Magic Tones briefly. Such hits as Pallbearer were written, I believe, with her assistance, and recorded with her assistance. And the other member of the Magic Tones was Dennis Farley, who goes by Dennis Clifton now. I don't know what that's all about, but that's fine.
Used to play with the Magic Tones all the time.
Really?
We used to play at Maggie's in Tonawanda all the time.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure we were on a New Year's show together.
Oh my
something.
God, was that where is Maggie's? Was that like a little dive bar?
Yeah.
Was there a New Year's show with a huge brawl?
Maybe.
I was really drunk. And then I went out and smoked weed outside. And for a change, Dennis wasn't there. No, actually, I've never smoked weed with Dennis. It's on the to-do list.
But we used to play with the Magic Tones all the time, and they would show up and they would hand out like spatulas.
Yes, they handed out spatulas. I don't know why. I never complained, but I never actually got a spatula for some reason.
I had one, but I think I lost it in my last move when I moved in here.
Yeah.
So
did it say Magic Tones on it?
Oh yeah,
did you get one with the Sharpie?
Yeah.
When they played the Summit open mics, they didn't always have time.
Okay.
They would come straight from the store. But yeah, I used to help at the Summit in Lockport. We would have Dennis and Andy would have open mics, and I would help them set up. It was right before I went away to Full Sail. I would help them set up their speakers on a stick, and, we would have awesome open mics with some awesomely talented people that I never get to see anymore, and I really miss. And, gosh, those were some great times. And those are the days when I met Scott Leffler.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it was like the butt crack of All WNY.
Yeah. Well, that's how I met, how I ended up with the Magic Tones a lot, was we were booked on shows by All WNY together.
That's awesome.
So, that was, I've been with All WNY since basically day one.
Right.
But I was never actually officially in a part of All WNY until 2010. So, my affiliation goes back 13 years.
Yeah.
But my actual tenure here goes back, 9.
Okay.
So, I've always had a close connection with All WNY. We got our first show because of All WNY.
Yeah.
We went to one of the house parties with the idea of, hey, let's talk to this guy, see if we can get on the next house party. That's where I met Scott Leffler, was at his own house. We're talking to him about getting on one of the shows, one of the house parties. And this guy comes up to us like, hey, you guys are in a band? Yeah. He goes, do you guys want to play next Sunday at Showplace? Do we go on and play next Sunday at Showplace, guys? Yeah, let's do that. And we opened up this show, and one of the other bands on there was called The Fracture. Actually, Medicated Silence was on that show, as a matter of fact. God damn. I can't escape those guys on this show lately. The Fracture overheard us talking to Scott and gave us our first show at Showplace Theater.
That's awesome.
And we opened the show playing for basically nobody, and it was a lot of fun because we got to get out there and actually play in front of people instead of playing in my dining room.
Right.
And All WNY is responsible for my entire music career.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, so It's been great to be affiliated with All WNY for 13 fucking years now.
Yeah,
Jeez.
We're getting old. Damn it. But that's that.
Yeah, okay.
I love those dudes.
But anyway, so Sardine has a guy from Magic Tones.
Yes.
We got off on a tangent there.
They're gonna be playing Saturday too. Come see them. You know, they're just getting their feet wet. You know, they haven't played that many shows yet. And it's gonna be really fun. I think it'll be a great venue and a great show for these bands to kind of all be getting their feet wet together. You know, not that they haven't played out, but they haven't played out as much.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that'll be really awesome. Can you go back and I can see who else is on there?
Well, the next one I have up here is Obsolete.
I don't really know anything about Obsolete. They got in touch with Greg. But they seem to have like a grunge feel to them. They don't have any stuff that we can play, but they have on their Facebook, they have some videos of some rehearsals and some gigs, and they seem to have like a grungy feel, you know, that's great.
They have on their Facebook, it's a prisoner. He says, "I'm sorry I tried to escape." And the prison guard goes, "I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed." And it says, "Don't let your guard down."
Yeah. But they have, you know, they're going to be there. And I don't know. I know that they've played out. I don't know how much. But from what I've heard of them, it sounds really chill. It sounds pretty good. And I'm excited to get to kick back, sell cookies, and listen to these guys. What else you got?
Oops, I just closed the one I was trying to open instead of the one I was trying to close. Timothy Alice, we just played a track by him.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to just kicking back.
Sounded great, yeah. Know. And of course, TJ and Eric of Days Ago. And let me tell you, like, we've had Days Ago as a full band a couple of times. Incredible band. So
much energy. Man, you watch TJ jump around and sing and, you know, just, you can tell they're having a good time. And you can't help but have a good time, too.
And the other thing about Days Ago, like, they are having some lineup issues.
Yeah.
But they still came through and played a show that they were booked on for me. And they played acoustic. And it was just like, holy shit, you guys are still really fucking good.
Well-rounded.
Like, yeah. Really, really good. And I can't wait for them to be a full band again. But they are just as good with just the two of them.
Drummers. Check out Days Ago. See if this is something you might want to get down on. I don't know. We're
actually going to be... Days Ago placed a T-shirt order with us, so we're going to be making T-shirts very soon. We actually just got a huge box of blank white T-shirts today.
You know, and that's cool because people don't have white T-shirts very often.
No, and I think their logo is going to look great on a white T-shirt.
I think it is too.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So
yeah, this is going to be fun, and like the three of us are probably going to chill. Listen to some tunes, make some T-shirts.
Yeah, so we can have like workstations. So one of us can screen print, one of us can blow dry, and the other can iron. I guess I don't know.
It'll be great.
We'll figure something out.
Or you two can figure it out. And I'll make cookies.
You know what we got to do is we got to get a lot of hangers so we can hang these shirts up as we make them.
All right, so. I'll put hangers. I'm going to have to make sense of this list after the show.
I will go to...
Dollar Tree or something.
I will suffer through Dollar General to buy hangers.
No, don't pay Dollar General prices. Go to Dollar Tree.
Well, we got to play a song, but let me... So we had a couple of bands had to leave. You know, they had reasons they had to leave early.
Right.
They all came to me. They all let me know, so it's all right. You know, like I don't mind a band leaving early if they come up to me and they say, hey, you know, we got to take off.
Life happens.
You know, we got work. We got pregnant wives. We got 103-degree fevers.
I can't believe.
The drummer from Working Class Stiffs played that show with 103-degree fever.
It.
Anyway. So these guys, I don't mind if a band has to leave if they let me know, you know, and I'll make sure, okay, we'll take care of you. We'll figure out payments. And I've already paid, I had to PayPal, Working Class Stiffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem is I got cash,
Right.
and my nearest bank branch is 8 miles away with no buses going to it. So, like, I'm not going to Uber, or, like, spend $40 on Uber.
Yeah, right.
To put $60 in my bank account. So I'm looking all around Seneca Street down here. Just like for some place that sells just a PayPal gift card, like not a reloadable one, just a PayPal gift card that I can be like, okay, let me put this, let me buy this gift card and then I'll just punch in the code in my PayPal and have this money. I could not, like everybody, the only place I found one was Dollar General. And it was a reloadable one that's $2.95 to buy the card and then $4 every time you want to add money to it.
That's ridiculous. I
have since found out, though, that I can just walk up to the counter at Rite Aid and be like, I want to put money on my PayPal.
You can do that?
Yeah. You have to pull up a web page on the PayPal site, and it'll have a unique barcode, and you just go, they scan it, you give them the money, and they put the money right in your account.
That's amazing.
So now I know for next time when I need to pay a band that had left early by PayPal.
Yeah.
Because that's just easier sometimes is paying them by PayPal. Yeah. I think it's like a $3 fee, but it's still, that's not terrible if you're using it once
especially when you look at like the gold dot cards that I think last time.
Well, the green dot,
like the green dot.
The green dot has it's a like $7.90. It's a $7.95 annual fee. And it is charged the second you put money on the card. So yeah, I was looking into those when I was trying to. There was some other reason I was trying to put money on a card for. When TJ gave me the money for the T-shirts. This one was, anyway, we got to get to a song break here, and let me find the browser window. And my boys.
Let's do this one first.
Oh, you want to do this? Yeah, we were just talking about them.
The Magic Tones. So here is the project, or one of the things at least, that Dennis Clifton is working on right now. The project is called Lost at Sea, and it makes me feel good.
And this is a song called Little Froggy on All WNY ThinkSoJoe show.
Taken from nature.
Nice short little song there from Lost at Sea. I didn't realize how short it was until we started, it's like, oh, hey, we're almost done.
And that's really not a fair representation of his abilities.
Oh my God, Dennis is incredible.
He can wail, and he can write some really deep and amusing and thought-provoking stuff. But that was so happy. I just love it.
So we went and saw a band called Wave the Flag. It was before we were officially dating.
I would consider that a date.
And it felt like a date. And I spent the night at your house, at your mom's house. And then, but we went and we saw them, and you were like, oh, I'm paying for the Uber, and I'm paying for us to get in, and just come. Okay, sure. And which I really wanted to go because, of course, Gus is one of my really good friends. Mario, I love to death.
Right.
And like Grosh was playing, and I really wanted to see Grace Logan play. And you know, just like it looked like a killer show, and like, okay, sure, I'll go with you. And we went, and you know, I never really interacted much with the Magic Tones whenever we would play together, so I didn't know who Dennis was. But holy shit, when I saw him play with Wave the Flag, it was like, and let me put it, let me say this.
Perspective.
Let me say this. Let me add this in. He blew out his knee during the first song.
The first few minutes of the first, like, he was just getting started.
So Dennis blows out his knee, lays on the stage, is still wailing, like just
singing his heart out.
Just the most incredible vocals. Like, holy shit, this guy like actually knows how to sing.
He really does.
And and just, you know, somebody in the crowd gave him her cane.
Right.
And then like he took a stool and he's just like.
And he just kept on going.
He
must have been in so much pain.
He finished the set and he went to the hospital. And we're like on Facebook in your mom's basement, like, oh look, Dennis is he's in a wheelchair now. He's in a hospital. And then the next time, like, I think the next time we saw him, he was still like in the wheelchair.
If not using a cane.
Oh yeah, he was using the cane by the time we did the All WNY Saves Christmas last year. But yeah, my god,
he was hurting. I haven't like checked on his physical being.
But
lately.
Holy crap, he is so good, and he just did not stop.
No.
The only thing that he didn't do, that he was planning to do that night, is they handed out at the beginning. They said, "Here's some of the words to our song,
Orange Slice."
Orange Slice.
I still have that sheet.
And we want you guys to sing along with the chorus, and we're going to film it for a video. And they didn't do that because Dennis is like, well, obviously we're not going to do that now.
I remember exactly how he said. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Can you blame him? I mean, the poor guy can't move. But unbelievable.
I tell you, that was an amazing set, and I do wish that they had been a longer-lived project. But I'm glad that At the Helm is going strong.
Hey, Gus, you still owe us At the Helm t-shirts, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Gus did. I was like, oh man, you know, we paid $20 for these Wave the Flag shirts, and Gus is, oh no, we're gonna take care of you. Oh, okay, cool. So we're still waiting for our At the Helm t-shirts.
From what I understand, At the Helm isn't playing right now. They're getting some things together.
I would imagine. I mean, with Mario.
Well, Mario is back.
Right.
But I think the plans all got a little jacked up. And they're kind of getting, you know, like they're still doing their thing. It's not like a hiatus or anything like that. It's just like they're kind of pumping the brakes.
Sure.
So I'm sure we're going to find out as soon as they're ready to go and play some more shows with us. We love working with them, and, you know, they're always a pleasure.
I am really hoping that by this time next week I can announce this next show.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like, especially because like we'll be just about over with the awards, and then that will be the next thing in line. So I'm really hoping. I mean,
I got one in mind. We'll talk about after the show.
Okay, cool. But yeah, like, oh my goodness, this lineup we have so far, and it's only half of a fucking lineup.
I know.
Unbelievable. Anyway, it does have to do with something we talked about last week on the show, if anybody remembers. But I'm not going to tell you what it was. So
there.
It's going to be, it's going to be great. Yes, Laura, PayPal gift cards. I thought maybe I could get something and just plug it into my account there.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that I know, I can just go to Rite Aid to put money in my PayPal if I need to. Nice. If somebody, you know, gives me cash to do a t-shirt order or something. Like, because I can't get to my bank account, and, you know, some of the musicians around here don't have bank accounts or trust banks or whatever.
We're not that legit up in here.
Well, you gotta understand, like, some of these guys don't trust banks.
I know.
They don't trust.
Fucks.
They don't trust Facebook. They don't trust Amazon. So you can't. They won't have an Alexa in their house.
I mean, that does make me nervous, especially that it's in the bathroom.
I mean, I'm in there just like, hey, wiretap, start my Xbox. Like, I'm going to go, like, I will walk out of the bedroom, I'll go to pee, and I'll be like, hey, Alexa, start NHL 19 on my Xbox. And then by the time I walk in the living room, the game's already started up, ready to play.
That's so creepy.
I'm in the middle of a game last night, my batteries in my controller died.
Yeah, he ran into the bedroom to get the other controller or whatever.
I grabbed the other controller, I got the headset on, I'm looking at you, I'm like, batteries. Like,
Battery's dead.
we're in the middle of the second period, so my guy's just standing there doing nothing. And I'm like, I got back, and luckily, like, those guys had held off the other team, so it was still no score.
That's great.
Plug back in, like, sorry guys, my battery died.
They probably know how it is.
Yeah.
It happens to the best.
Well, you
of
know, you
them.
get a warning that says, you know, your controller batteries are low. And I thought, okay, I got enough time for a game.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Nope. Nope.
So, yeah, I had to run. We keep the controllers in the bedroom, so I had to run to the bedroom, grab the controller, run out to the living room, swap the batteries.
Well, it all
Loads
worked
of
out.
fun. Loads of fun. Just like this awards show's going to be. Anytime you have Wyatt Coyne and Dredneks in the same room at the same time, it's going to be fun.
This should be interesting.
And they're playing not too far apart. Everything should be banned, according to Laura. She says people who can't read music should be banned. Alexa should be banned. I think didn't she say last week chocolate should be banned?
I think she said something about candy should be banned.
No, I'm pretty sure she said chocolate. Ashton says technically no. He is learning, like he can read starter 4 notes of drums, which our poll is at 15 votes and currently 11-5 in favor of yes.
Very good.
So how about that? Music, local musicians know how to read music.
Huh.
Who knew?
They're trained.
Who knew?
Huh.
I never, like, my favorite band is Metallica, and they don't know how to read music.
The Beatles didn't know how to read music.
Yeah.
They actually didn't want to learn because they thought it would stifle their creativity.
Metallica did that, the Symphony in Metallica album.
Mm-hmm.
And when, like, there's this interview where James is like, do I have to write the music down for them? Because I don't know how.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a really difficult thing for you to do, to, like, listen to music and write it down. Well, I guess he played the music, so maybe it would be a little easier. It would just take forever.
Yeah, he's got a cat named Tabs, you know.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's
Is
a
it
tabby.
orange?
Yeah, it's a tabby. I don't know if he's orange, but it's a tabby.
Isn't it the same thing?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about breeds of animals.
I don't know anything about cats, says the crazy cat man.
I only have 7 cats. What do I know about cats?
I know. I know.
I just know
You're the crazy cat man, and I'm the crazy cookie lady.
That's
according to his daughter.
I just know when I try to go to bed, I've got fucking cats in my way every fucking night.
And when you wake up,
yeah,
and while you're sleeping,
like I'll try to go to bed, right? And Karina's got her side of the bed, and I've got mine. And Karina will be like half on my side of the bed, and then like both of our female cats will be laying right where I would lay down. And I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to lay? So, and I'm like, how do I not bother these cats? And then you'll move.
but they won't.
No, as soon as you move, Squirrel will move.
Yep.
Reese will just stay there, and I'll be like, okay, now that Squirrel's up, I don't mind bothering you. Get the fuck out of my bed, off my spot here. And then, of course, I'll lay down, and Reese will come curl up right in between us.
Oh, my God. And then, like, if she can't figure out how to get to you, she's just like, okay, fine. And she plops right on top of me in, like, the weirdest spot. She's like, I'm making your life hell one way or another.
She'll, like, yell at you if you reach across her if she's laying between us.
She's and she's got, it's not just a meow. She has, like, that really vicious, like, menacing meow. Like, a growl, you know. She's kind of scary.
I had to push her, like I kind of shoved her the other day because she was, like, she's laying next to me.
It was
She's
so
got
cute.
She's got her claw, like, out, but it's not, like, digging into me or anything. but I went to move and it ran across my arm.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ow. You know,
Yeah,
like, okay, that sucked. And then later, like, saying we're in the same situation. I'm laying there, she's laying on me, and she's got her, like, the claw comes out and lands directly where she inadvertently scratched me earlier. So I just shoved her, like, get the fuck off me. God damn.
Yeah, she just wasn't learning.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she just doesn't understand boundaries. She doesn't understand that you're my human now. You're not her human anymore.
I offered to close the door and just, because all their stuff's outside of the bedroom. They don't have to be in there.
Yeah, their litter box, their food, their water. It's all in the hallway.
But you said, no, she doesn't deserve that. So
she doesn't deserve that for just loving you too much.
Yeah.
You know, I can relate.
And we've got the boys out in the front there, and they're all, you know.
Oh my gosh, Tigger this morning. This was so
Stole your hoodie.
funny. Okay, not even stealing the hoodie. That was great. But okay, so Tigger, I don't know why, he sleeps with his face pressed against surfaces.
He does.
And he was sleeping on the arm of the love seat with his face smushed into the back of the love seat. And I like petted him. And he woke up, and he looked up at me, and he had this huge spit, drool, drippy, oh my, like dog slobber. And it's just hanging there, and he's looking at me, and he goes, wow. And he just, you know, starts purring because I'm paying attention to him, and like, I'm like, I can't even look at you. You're disgusting. You're so gross. Like, I can't do anything. I'm paralyzed by the disgusting.
I was
cute.
so worried about him the other day because, like, I'm sitting in the living room and you've got the love seat now directly across from the couch.
Yes.
So if I'm sitting in the living room, you're sitting in the dining room. We're across or the music room, as you call it, since we don't dine in there very often.
Ever.
You're like we're directly across from each other. So Tigger's on the couch, and Whisper's like right next to him, just kind of like looking at him. And Tigger's asleep, and I'm trying to like. See if he's breathing from, like, across the room. Why did Hangouts just pop up?
I bet it was Scott Leffler.
I'm sure it was Scott Leffler, but he didn't message me, so I don't know why Hangouts just popped up. That was weird. Anyway, he hasn't even been active for 30 minutes.
So you were talking about whether or not Tigger was okay.
So, and he's fine. But, like, I was worried for a minute because he's like just laying there, stiff as still as a board or whatever, whatever. And Whisper's just like standing right above him, like looking at him, like.
Tigger was probably like, if I don't move, he won't see me. Whisper's the asshole.
He very much is. But Snowball's the lovable one. Snowball and Tigger.
Tigger too, yeah.
Snowball will, like, just plop on my lap, and I'll be like, dude, I gotta get up.
I know. I feel bad because I can never hold still for long enough to cuddle with him.
Well, like, I'll be sitting there, and I bust out the projector to watch Raw or SmackDown or whatever. Like, last Friday I watched, which was actually the catalyst for me signing up for Fubo.
Yeah.
And Sling and all that was, like, or the free trials of those, was, like, I was trying to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
The Wrestle Kingdom broadcast on Axis, and just like I'm sitting there and I'm trying to like get around this shitty Spectrum app, and Snowball just plops right down on my lap.
Aww.
Just laying there, and I'm just like I'm on my phone trying to sign up for Sling, like what do I do? Like buddy, as soon as I figure this out, I want to get up and get some potato chips or something, like. And I couldn't until, you can't move him. He's too good of a cat.
He is, and he's very skittish. Not as skittish anymore, but he's like the bullied cat by the asshole Whisper.
Yeah.
So, he's just always on edge. He's always looking over his shoulder. He waits to use the litter box and to eat and drink water until Whisper's asleep or, like, harassing one of the other cats.
See, Sylvester loves Snowball. Sylvester's our black and white tuxedo cat. If you've seen our pictures, the one with the bow tie. He loves Snowball, but Snowball's just like, dude, get away from me.
Yeah, he feels threatened by the affection. Like, Sylvester runs up and headbutts him out of nowhere. And Snowball's like, whoa, dude, why are you coming at me? So, I don't know. Whisper's an asshole is the moral of the story.
I was playing NHL the other day and one's against a guy in a Maple Leafs jersey who had his headset on, and I didn't mute him because I didn't realize he had his headset on.
Mm-hmm.
So, he scored a goal, so now it's, and the way this works is if two players are tied, it'll go to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just kind of ran him over so that the other guy could get the puck.
Yeah.
So I could let the other guy score and go to overtime and try and come back and win. So I ran this guy over and he goes, the fuck are you hitting me for? I almost wanted to grab my headset and be like, because you're wearing a fucking Maple Leafs jersey, dude. Why the fuck do you think I hit you? Sabres had a big win last night. Big win. 5-1. And I missed the first two goals.
Did you?
I did. The first two Sabre goals, you were in the room for the Florida, the one New
Florida,
Jersey goal, rather.
Yeah. Whoever.
Because during intermission, it was almost 8 o'clock. So it's like, all right, I'm going to, I had finally gotten the Fubo trial set up because I was having trouble with that. I logged in and I put it on, I put SmackDown on the TV and I'm trying to download the app on my tablet and it's just going so slow. Just the tablet, not the download. Like the tablet is slow as shit. And it's only 2 years old. You would think it'd be faster, but
yeah.
But I finally got it up and running, and by the time I finally got the app up and running, the Sabres had scored 2 goals, including
I think I remember that.
Including Jeff Skinner's goal and C.J. Smith's first NHL goal.
Yes, I was awake for that.
But I was able to watch Lawrence Pilot's first NHL goal.
That's good.
Yeah, a couple of first goals for some Sabres. Yeah. Jake McCabe's great shorthanded goal he scored was
Yeah.
That's why I bought your jersey. And not because it was a Cody Hodgson jersey that I had switched to your name. But yeah. So, yeah. Fun game to watch. I was telling the guys on my team last night, I was like, man, I almost went to this game. I almost said, you know what, let me buy some tickets. They were under $20. I almost said, let me buy tickets to this game, but I had just spent the $55 on Instacart. I just spent $50 somewhere else. This is like, I can't pay that much money right now for Sabres tickets. Like, I have to not go to every fucking game. No, not the WWE app. I don't know how to install that. Maybe I need to go back and watch those, 2014 Raws where they're just like, here's how you install the WWE app. Every 5 minutes. Or however long ago that was. I don't know. I'm not good with dates today, apparently. But yes, Evening Star.
Evening Star on the 19th. It'll start at 3. It'll go until about 9. And it's going to be different than past All WNY Awards.
It's going to be more about the awards and less about being a concert.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that a lot of the nominees will show up and hopefully be there to accept their awards. Yes. Would be really, really nice.
That would be really nice.
I know, like I said, some of the bands, all of the bands that are playing, all the artists that are playing, are nominated for awards, so they'll at least be there for their categories. We know. We don't know if they won or not. But we will, I guess we'll find out on the 19th.
Yeah.
No, not the Tout app. Never the Tout app.
What's Tout?
Tout was basically Twitter for videos.
Ew.
Yeah.
No.
You do short 30-second videos.
No, fuck that.
And it was one of the investors in it was WWE.
Really?
Yeah, so they were always promoting that.
That seems like a good wrestling thing.
Always promoting that. Anyway, but again, Allie Rose Morella, Ronnie Watts, and Shannon Vanderland during the first opening hour. We're going to start awards at 4 o'clock with Best Vocalist, Best Local Release, Best Rock Band, Best Local Song, and Best Country Band, and a performance by Mom Said No. 5 o'clock, Best Punk, Best Venue, Best DJ, Best Blues, and a performance by Wyatt Coyne. 6 o'clock, Best Hip Hop, Best New Band, Best Acoustic, Best Podcast, with music from Chucky Campbell. Best drummer, best guitarist, most original, best EDM, and best electronic or industrial in the 7 o'clock hour with a performance by Digital Afterlife. What a great, great act they are if you've not seen them. I haven't seen them as a full band. You have.
Yes, the energy is just amplified from what it was as a two-piece.
I can't wait. They are very highly entertaining, and that's why I was like, we need these guys on here. And finally, in the 8 o'clock hour, of course, best live band, best other instrumentalist, best bassist, best hardcore metal band, and the Greg Rinker Service Award, plus a performance by this band we're about to play right now, my dear, dear, dear friends, the Dredneks.
Make sure you guys come to Stamps the 12th.
Yes, come to Stamps on the 12th and see all the incredible artists that are booked on this show. And get cookies. Yeah, Karina's cookies will be there. So we're going to play a song from the Dredneks. This is an older one. Whoa, the other song's still playing. How about that? Hey, how you doing, Lost at Sea? Good to hear you. Anyway, but this is an older one from the Dredneks. This is Get Off My Property on All WNY Think So Joe show. We'll see you next week.